Yo, what's going on, ladies and gents? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys a really interesting story. To be honest with you, it's probably one of the craziest things that's ever happened in my life. It was so cool, something that happened last summer, June of 2017, and I made a video shortly after everything happened. But I was very cautious on what I said. I didn't go into a lot of details, and I didn't want to come off as overly excited or as like the quote-unquote fanboy. I wanted to act as normal as possible, so I tried not to talk about it too much. So I made one video, and that was pretty much it for my channel. But it's been over a year now. It's been a long time, and not a lot came from it, so I feel comfortable talking about it and not seeming like I'm freaking out at this point. But so it was April of 2017. I was living in Orlando. I was going to school for film, and I got drunk one night on a Thursday night, and I came home, and for some reason I thought it would be a good idea to take a Snapchat, and I took a Snapchat and I said, how cool would it be to be able to hang out with Logan Paul, right? I was like, but if it were to happen, we'd have to keep it on the down low. Something along the lines of that. I was really drunk. Logan Paul was the biggest YouTuber at the time. This was in April. This is way before his whole Suicide Forest event thing, and he was climbing. He was like the #1 YouTuber, like up and coming hard. And I was like, there's no way in the world he's ever going to see that. I put it on my Snapchat story, and I saved it to my phone. And for some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to tweet it to him. So I tweeted him this drunk video of me saying how cool would it be to hang out with Logan Paul, but if it were to happen, we'd have to keep it on the down low, or we'd have to be quiet about it. So I tweeted it at him, went to sleep, woke up the next morning, and he had favorited it. And I was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. Like, I freaked out. I was like, dude, what? That's crazy. Like, right? Like, you know, you don't expect someone like that big to be able to see like something that you're gonna say. So I was overly excited. I was like, damn, like he really saw that. And I really didn't think anything of it, whatever. The next day, it's Friday night, and I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to bed late Friday night, I'm thinking, dang, dude, like, I wonder if I sent him another video and was, like, normal, like, tried to be serious if he would see that. So Saturday morning, I woke up, it's early, it's like 7 a.m., and I was like, dude, I'm about to make a video. So I sat in front of my camera for like 30 seconds maybe, and I was like, yo, I'm Dylan, I have one hand, let's do something stupid, right? It's basically what I did. I made a video, I was like, I'm Dylan, I have one hand, let's do something stupid, I like what you do, whatever. And I was like, if he saw the first video, there's a good chance he's gonna see this one. The chances of him being like, yeah, whatever, you know, he's probably just gonna favorite it and move on, whatever, right? I'm across the entire country, there's no way, whatever. So I sent him the video. I don't get any response, right? For the rest of the morning, I'm just hanging out. I'm playing Xbox. It's like just around 1 p.m. I'm playing Xbox, and I look back at my phone, and I see a DM that says Logan Paul. And I'm like, wait, what? I open my phone, and Logan followed me on Twitter and DM'd me my video and was like, yo, I'm down. And I was like, I replied, I was like, yo, are you serious? Like really? Like, dude, I can't even believe you responded. And he's like, yo, for sure. He's like, I can tell you've got great camera presence, blah, blah, blah. We had a short conversation. And I was like freaking out. I was like, dude, this is the craziest thing ever. And in my mind, I was like, dude, like what just happened? Like I'm trying to figure out how the biggest guy on YouTube right now that everyone knows just randomly followed me back and was like, yo, yeah, I like your video. Let's do it. And I was like, what? Like, how is this happening? So I respond after our short conversation. I stop and like I said something like, yo, like let's do it. And he didn't respond. He didn't say anything. We go throughout the rest of the day, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh, dude, that's crazy, right? Like, I can't believe all this just happened. And we're having a party at my apartment on Saturday night, like that same night. So, like, everything happens. It's crazy. I tell some of my buddies, I'm like, yo, I can't believe this just happened. I didn't want to, like, be too obvious about it yet because it was just, like, a random thing that happened on Twitter. We're having the party at my apartment, and I remember I'm sitting there talking to one of my friends, and she's just like talking, and I'm like drinking, and I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, dude, what if I just send him my phone number? Like, it can't hurt, right? Like, I got the dude to follow me on Twitter. I have I have the ability to message him directly and him to see whatever I have to say. Like, if I had anything to say, he was going to see it. So I was like, all right, bet. I was like, I'm going to send him my phone number. So I pick up my phone, I go to the DM, and I'm about to type in my phone number, and I stop, and I'm like, you know what? It's 11:30. I'm only buzzed. I was like, let me get hammered before I do this so that I'm not thinking about it and I just do it and I'm not worried about getting a response instantly, whatever. So I wait an hour. I keep drinking. I'm talking to Laura, doing my thing, whatever. And I get hammered. It's like 12:30, and I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. I was like, screw it. I didn't tell anyone else. No one knew I was planning on doing this. And I pick up my phone, and I go to the DM. I open it, and I say, yo, text me, G. And then I type, yo, text me, G. And then I start typing in my phone number. And I get to the last digit. I kid you not. I'm about to send it. I'm like revising, making sure I spelt everything right and had the number right. And all of a sudden, it pops up a message on the screen. It says, yo, text me. And I thought that I sent it. I was like, wait, what just happened? Because it was so similar to what I was typing in. And then it popped up the phone number. And I hadn't even sent anything yet. And I was like, what just happened? I was like, oh my God, he just sent me his phone number. And I didn't even say anything. And I was like freaking out. I was like, what just happened? So I like quickly erased the message. And I like closed the app, open it back up. I'm looking at it. And I'm like, dude, like Logan Paul just gave me his phone number over Twitter DM to dude he doesn't even know. Like, what just happened? And I'm like looking up and looking around, and everybody's just having a good time, and I'm secretly just like freaking the hell out in my mind, like, what just happened? And I slowly walk out of my own party. I'm like, yo, I gotta go for a second. I walk outside. I call my best friend. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna believe what just happened. So I go back inside, and I text him a picture of this girl that I was talking to. And he responds with a picture of him in the gym. He was like working out. And I was like, dude, what is happening? This was like the craziest thing. I'm hammered, and I'm like thinking this isn't real. I'm like, there's no way this is happening, whatever. So the next morning I wake up and I'm like, dude, that was the craziest night ever. Like, this is the biggest YouTuber. Everyone knows who this guy is right now. I live across the entire country, and this random dude just gave me his phone number. Like, what in the world is happening? So fast forward a little bit. I have a couple conversations with him, and I tried to be his videographer. I offered, before he had Brendan North, who was his videographer for a long time there, before he was his official videographer, I wanted to try to get that spot. And I knew it was going to be hard because Brendan had already been helping him out for a long time. So I kind of sent him like a demo. I was like, yo, like what do you think about like possibly having a full-time videographer? I had a conversation, whatever. And I told him, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to come to LA this summer at some point. I'll let you know when I'm there, and hopefully we can hang out, do something, whatever. So we're like, all right, cool. So it's June. I'm going to LA, and I get to LA with my buddy. And one night, I hit him up in the morning. I'm like, yo, what are you doing today? He's just like vlogging my life away. And I'm like, all right, bet. I was like, let's do something later. So he doesn't respond. I'm like, all right, he's busy. I know this dude does stuff every day, whatever. We go out. We go eat. It's like later that night. It's like 7 o'clock. It's like 6 o'clock. We come back, and we're taking a nap. My buddy that I went with is taking a nap. I'm working on like a homework or video or something. And my phone goes off at like 7 o'clock. And it's Logan. And it's like, yo, you in Hollywood? And I'm like, instantly like, no way this just happened. I'm like, yeah, G, what's up? And he goes, yo, come by. And then he gives us his apartment number. He's staying at the Penthouse at the W, right? And I'm like, he's like, yo, come by. And I'm like, yo, you cool if I bring my buddy? My buddy's with me. He's like, yeah, you're good, bring him. And I'm like freaking out. My buddy's still asleep. I get up, I start getting dressed, and my buddy wakes up, turns around, looks at me, and I just like smile, and I'm like, bro, we're going. And he's like, no way. So we get up, we get dressed, whatever. We go to the W. We get up there, bro. Get to meet Dorf Mamba, his assistant at the time, that Instagram model. What's her name? Ayla Woodruff. I think that's her name. And then Logan. And this was before Logan was dating the girl that he's dating now. I remember he was on the phone with her when we walked in. Shit was crazy, bro. I was freaking out. But I told my buddy before we went in, I was like, yo, don't take any Snapchats. Don't ask for pictures. Don't do anything. We're just going to act cool. We're just going to be normal people. We're going to be good. Because I was assuming we were going to do something. We were going to have like a video together. We were going to be able to do cool stuff, right? Unfortunately, that didn't end up how it worked out. But we went in. We talked to him for about an hour. We were going to do something. And he ended up going on a date with Chloe. He was on the phone when we got there with Chloe, and they had just set up a date. And he was like, dude, he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm going on a date in like an hour. So this dude, like, gets in the shower in his apartment and is just taking a shower, and we're just chilling there by ourselves. Like, wait, what is happening right now? Like, we are in this dude's penthouse, just chilling at his table. He's taking a shower. Like, I'm playing with his dog. Like, this was the craziest thing ever. And that's where I got the Snapchat that I took with his dog Kong while he was in the shower. He had just got out of the shower and was like talking to Ayla or something. I took a snap because I was like, yo, this is insane. And we talked to him for a while. We talked about doing something, and we talked about doing something later that week. We were like, all right, like, I'm here for like a few more days. Like, we'll meet up. We'll get something done. didn't end up happening. He was on set. He was shooting the movie that he was doing with that girl that he was talking to. I don't even remember what the name. It was for MGM. I don't remember what the movie was, but it was his last day on. He had to go in for one more day on set, and I was leaving the next day, and he's like, he hits me up, and he's like, yo, dude, he's like, we can do something tonight when I get off set, or we can do it tomorrow. I have all day tomorrow. And I was like, all right, bet. But I was like, I'm leaving tomorrow, so if you can, let's try to do something tonight. Dude was on set till like 11 p.m. and was like, yo, I'm sorry, like, we can do it tomorrow. And I was so, like, I'm still young, right? Like, I'm 22, but at the time I just turned 21, and I was like nervous. I was across the country, and I was like, yo, like missing my flight was just not an option to me. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, right? Like, I was freaking out. Everything was just so surreal. I felt like I was in a movie. And I was like, yo, it's good. We'll do something next time. And I was like, we'll do something next time. And that's probably one of the biggest regrets I've ever had was telling the biggest YouTuber on the planet that, hey, we'll do something next time. I was like, damn, bro, that hurt. And then we never ended up getting to do anything because it kind of got awkward. I didn't know him that well. We didn't really know each other. So I talked to him a few times to try to keep contact, and it just wasn't the same. So, but yeah, I mean, that's basically the story. I went to LA, got to hang out with him, and that was definitely one of the craziest things. I know a lot of people hate him now and are going to say, oh, who cares? But keep in mind, this was way, way before his whole Suicide Forest thing happened, back when he was just still on the come up and was just becoming the biggest YouTuber out there. So it was pretty wild. And I remember every second of it, dude. One of the coolest things was on the way out, we walked out with him. And he was like, yo, you want to take the Uber with us? He's like, I'll drop you off back at your place. We were like, nah, dude, we're good. We'll walk. And I remember we're walking out, and like all these fans just bombard us out of nowhere. Like they're always just standing outside of his apartment, and they just surround us and start taking video. And I'm like, dude, is this what it's like to be famous? Like, this is insane. And dude, out of nowhere, I don't know if any of you guys know who he is. I think he's one of the biggest YouTubers or personalities in Mexico. But his name is Juanpa Zurita, and he's another very popular big YouTuber, and he's friends with Logan, and he apparently just got back from like Vegas or Mexico or whatever, wherever he was, and he comes running up and like hugs Logan right in front of me, and Logan like points at me, and he's like, or no, Juanpa turns around, shakes my hand out of everyone that's standing there. Like, turns around, reaches out his hand to shake my hand out of nowhere, and Logan's like, yeah, that's the guy. And I was like, yo, what? Like, time out. I'm the guy? Like, that's dope, bro. I'm the guy. Like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm that guy. But it was just so surreal. I could not believe it was happening. You know, hindsight 2020, I should have hit up Juanpa and been like, yo, like, let's do something. Logan's leaving. Like, what are you doing? Let's chill. But I was so starstruck at everything that was happening. Everything was so crazy. And it was definitely a really cool moment in my life. It was really cool to be able to just be a nobody across the entire country and to just go do something like that out of nowhere. It really shows how random things can be. But anyway, guys, that's really the video. This was a long video. I really just wanted to get the story out and let you guys know every single detail about what happened. It was a wild adventure, really cool. If you guys have any more questions, anything you want to know, make sure to leave it down in the comment section below. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.